Jacqueline, hello to you. Business groups are bracing for the impact of a potential port worker strike in British Columbia. Canadian consumers could feel this. Tell us more.
Yeah, so the potential here could be big when it comes to the impact if this strike were to happen starting on Saturday. So port workers in BC haven't been able to come to an agreement with their employer about a new contract for them. And so the possibility here is that they walk off the job starting on Saturday. In BC, there are two of the largest ports in this country. One, of course, being the port of Vancouver. And when you're looking just at that port itself, I spoke with the CEO of the Vancouver Board of Trade recently, and she said that $500 million worth of goods go through that particular port every day. So when you're thinking about the possibility that these workers who load and unload cargo from these ships, if they were to have a work stoppage, that could potentially bring a lot of trade to a standstill. So what are the potential ripple effects here in terms of industries in exporting and importing from Canada or out of Canada? We're talking about agriculture, energy, all sorts of manufacturing, consumer goods that we expect to be on our shelves or on the grocery store shelves or other store shelves every day. Those sorts of things could get caught up in this. And there's the possibility here that some shippers have already started rerouting away from these BC ports. So that's potentially lost business. It also could raise the costs if they have to take a longer route, say, in order to ship those goods or to get them where they need to go. It could cost more. Okay, so that could get passed on to consumers at the end of the day, too. So the Vancouver Board of Trade has warned about the potential here that this could fuel inflation that, Canadian consumers are already feeling squeezed from, and also just bring into jeopardy, essentially, the reputation of the Canadian supply chain, of these ports being a stable part of the supply chain, which, Marcia, we know there's been so much focus on over the past couple of years with the pandemic and the disruptions along various parts of supply chains around the world. This would just be, potentially the latest hit.
We'll be watching BNN Bloomberg's Jacqueline Hansen. Jacqueline, thank you for that.
You're welcome.